that Comey and Hillary didn't want getting out. President Trump slammed the rigged system following the twisted reports that former FBI Director James Comey began drafting an exoneration statement for Hillary Clinton before he had ever interviewed her, says Fox News. This is the scandal of the century. Where is the lying media? Where are they? They covered every play-by-play of the Russian conspiracy theory against Trump, but they haven't touched this one at all. The president is talking specifically about the allegations made yesterday by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Senator Lindsey Graham. We covered that yesterday. You can read more on that by clicking the link here. Here is what Tucker Carlson had to say about the issue. Conclusion first, fact-gathering second, that's no way to run an investigation, Chuck Grassley and Graham wrote in a letter this week to the FBI. The FBI should be held to a higher standard than that, especially in a matter of such great public interest and controversy. According to the unredacted portions of the transcripts, it appears that in April or early May of 2016, Mr. Comey had already decided he would issue a statement exonerating Secretary Clinton, the senators said. This is the scandal of the century and needs to be reported as such. The entire cabal is covering up this story. It won't get traction on Facebook, it won't get traction on CNN or most cable for that matter. It's up to us to literally share this everywhere and bring down the crime syndicate that runs our government. Right after left claimed Mattis turned on Trump, Mattis stuck them down with just one sentence. The media has been trying to pick a fight between President Trump and Secretary James Mattis since the beginning because they know Mattis is a great military leader and he and Trump are very close. This week alone they tried to say Mattis contradicted Trump when he said diplomatic options were never off the table. Earlier that day Trump said talk with North Korea was over. The media left out one huge piece though. Mattis said he never contradicted Trump and the U.S. is not talking to North Korea right now. Mattis fired back at the nosy reporters on Wednesday who wanted to know why he turned on Trump with something fierce. I was asked if there were any diplomatic efforts left, and I said, of course not. Diplomatic can include economic sanctions, United Nations, not just talking. It didn't he contradict anything the president said. We're not talking to the North Koreans right now. Even better, when the reporter said Mattis' statement was widely interpreted to contradict Trump, Mattis hit back with, then it was widely misinterpreted! So it looks like it was actually the media and not Trump who were trying to force us into a war with North Korea while also tearing apart the White House. They should be ashamed. This right here is just another example of why President Trump trusted the military to Secretary Mattis in the first place. Mattis stands by the president and the president trusts his decision-making. It's that simple. Let us help rectify this nasty smear campaign by getting this shared to all Republicans and show Mattis and Trump stand together completely. Top Florida official spills beans on voter fraud, the Democrats don't want this getting out. President Trump refuses to back down from the claims that illegal aliens voted in the election. This will not be seen on the mainstream media. This is the kind of news that Anderson Cooper has nightmares about. What you are about to read will kill the liberal narrative. According to the Daily Signal, Broward County Elections Supervisor Brenda Snipes is defending her office against a lawsuit brought by the American Civil Rights Union. According to the case, the rolls are inflated with non-citizens and felons and other ineligible voters. On July 31, the South Florida Sun-Sentinel reported that Snipes acknowledged the processes her office has been using aren't perfect and that some non-citizens and felons have voted despite not being eligible, especially right before major elections, when groups are actively registering new voters. She then said that the statement was blown out of proportion. Snipes is an ally of Hillary Clinton and met with her during the election, says the Miami Herald. The mainstream media will not show this. Share this everywhere and comment Trump was right below this. Together we can beat them. New report on left-wing SPLC shows exactly where their money is going and it's wicked. Some new revelations are plaguing leftists' favorite hate-spouting charity, the Southern Poverty Law Center. New records being released show that the tax-exempt charity is funneling millions of dollars to offshore bank accounts, according to the Washington Free Beacon. In 2015, the SPLC received $50 million in donations and had $320 million in net assets. Its business income tax return from 2015 also shows that the center has financial interests in Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, and British Virgin Islands. In 2015, SPLC sent $2,200,000 to an entity incorporated in the Cayman Islands. Another $2,200,000 was sent to a different fund in the Cayman Islands, a fund with exactly the same address as the first fund. The Free Beacon interviewed Amy Sterling Castle, CEO of consulting firm Pacific Human Capital. She said of these revelations, "I am stunned to learn of transfers of millions to offshore bank accounts. It is a huge red flag and would have been completely unacceptable to any wealthy, responsible, experienced board member who was committed to a charitable mission who I ever worked with." But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Top executives at this charity make six-figure incomes while spending comparatively little on legal services to help the poor and disempowered, their supposed mission. They have 75 lawyers on their staff but had only spent $61,000 on legal services in 2015. The SPLC is known for producing a hate map of organizations it calls domestic hate groups. This list includes conservative organizations in the mainstream right next to neo-Nazi and white nationalist groups. Pacific Justice Institute, a pro bono legal service provider working to defend civil liberties, was put on the hate list. CEO Brad Dacus said this. Why is the Southern Poverty Law Center doing this? It's simple. They want to vilify and isolate anyone that doesn't agree with their very extremist leftist policy and ideology. This isn't about defending civil rights, this is about attacking civil rights. The SPLC seems like a corrupt organization, yet leftists keep legitimizing it by donating money and airtime. Let us spread the word of who they really are by sharing this post 10,000 times. HT Washington Free Beacon. Justice Swin's new FBI director just made every Antifa a criminal with just 2 words. To anyone who has been to a Trump rally or even watched an internet video, there can be zero doubt that Antifa are a bunch of dangerous and violent psychopaths using force to destroy our country. That much is a fact. Now, those anarchists who prey on ignorant liberal teens have been smashed one final time that will shut them down for sure. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have declared Antifa a domestic terror organization. This is actually not a recent discovery, either. It turns out the FBI and DHS determined back in 2016 that Antifa was a terror organization and began warning states back then of the danger they posed. Still, many Dems saw these alt-left extremists as allies in the fight against the Republicans and decided to ignore the warning. Thanks to the label, however, the new FBI Director Christopher Wray is working overtime to put all the known Antifa on the terror watch list to prevent them from creating WMDs and traveling overseas to get anarchy training in Greece and Italy. So now the ball is in the Democrat court. They were so ready to say Trump was wrong to call Antifa violent and dangerous. It turns out the FBI agreed with Trump even back then. Help share this major report everywhere and put Antifa away once and for all. Benghazi nightmare. This judge just gave Hillary Clinton some very bad news. Judge James E. Boasberg is on the attack. He wants the details of Hillary's email investigation to finally get seen by the public. Earlier this week, We reported that FBI was withholding documents on the Clinton investigation based on lack of public interest. According to the Washington Times, a federal judge has ordered the FBI to disclose more details on the investigation into Hillary Clinton's secret email account. After reviewing the document in camera, the court concludes that it largely rehashes information already made public, thus obviating any need for secrecy, the judge said. Judicial Watch has been suing the government for more info on Clinton's emails. Here is what Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch says about it. After reviewing the document in camera, the court concludes that it largely rehashes information already made public, thus obviating any need for secrecy, the judge said. Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch released a statement about this ruling. "We're happy with the ruling, but it is unbelievable we're being opposed by Trump appointees in the State and Justice Departments on the Clinton email issue. President Trump ought to be outraged his appointees are protecting Hillary Clinton. The State Department should initiate action with the Justice Department, and both agencies should finally take the necessary steps to recover all the government emails Hillary Clinton unlawfully removed. It's time that the emails finally come out. The public deserves to know the truth. Get this out there, patriots. Don't back down in the face of this evil." One of the people in this photo found dead, body pulled from the Potomac. Media silent. Federal agent Kurt Smolek was found dead after going missing on Monday. His body was pulled from the Potomac on Wednesday. Smolek was a diplomatic security special agent with the State Department, according to WEO.com. "This is sad. He was pulled from the Potomac on Wednesday. The cause of his death is unknown." Smolek was a 1998 Dayton Police Academy graduate and was a member of Condoleezza Rice's security team, according to WEO. According to D.C. Metro Police, Smolek was seen on Monday, August 28, within the vicinity of the 600 block of Water Street, Southwest. "It's sad that he has passed. He was described as white with brown hair, brown eyes, 5 feet 8 inches and 190 pounds. Kurt Smolek is the third man from the left. He is wearing a gray sweatshirt via WEO. Christian Sherman, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State and Assistant Director for International Programs, gave the following statement to Sparrow News on Thursday. "It is with great sadness that I share with you the news of the death of Diplomatic Security Special Agent Kurt Smolek. Kurt was found deceased today and the D.S., Diplomatic Security Agency, is working closely with local authorities to investigate the circumstances of his death. Please keep the Smolek family in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. Share this if you think that it's time to drain the swamp. There is something fishy going on in Washington. We need to stop the calendar and drain the swamp. The people that are fighting for socialism or whatever in our government must be stopped.